Hello.
Hello there.
40k gamers. I'm Hellstorm Tom.
I'm Hellstorm Elliot.
And you are joining us for round 3 of the last of the Summer WineHAMMER tournament happening in Holmfirth right now.
In the Holmfirth Gaming Centre.
It's a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful little, like, Victorian mill.
Yes, it's very nice.
Very spicy location.
Yeah.
We had some good food.
We did,
We
yes.
had tea and cake, which I've never had at a tournament before.
That's a very Yorkshire thing to do, isn't it? Break for tea and cake.
Break for tea and cake. You had a bit of ice cream and all.
Good stuff, weren't it?
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, and we've got a cracking game lined up for Game 3. We couldn't avoid them any longer, could we? Let's be honest.
We couldn't. They were going to happen. The Golden Boys are here. We do have Custodes on the stream. There are a lot of Custodes lists, especially at this tournament as well. I mean, they are thick in the meta at the moment, aren't they?
Yes.
So you're gonna struggle to avoid them. But we think we've got a quite interesting matchup. We didn't want to put, like, I don't know, one of the early... We don't have Custodes on right away, do we? And have them playing against, I don't know, something that will stomp. So I think Crusher Stampede's probably a pretty interesting game for them.
Oh, for sure. These are definitely two of the armies that are still at the top of the meta, still at the top of the game, aren't they? Plus, both of these players 2-0 currently. So, I mean, I think there's 12 people currently 2-0. So this is one of those games.
For.
It is.
An important game for the top.
And both legendary players. So we've got Mike Duff playing the Custodes.
We do.
And we've got Stuart Manx with the Crusher Stampedes, with his Dimmacarons and his Barbed Hierodules.
All of the things. All of the huge gribblies.
Now, the boys are already starting to move into their first turn. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at the table. And whilst we do that, we will bounce through some of the lists.
Let's go through the lists.
So are you okay to take us through the Custodes, Elliot? And you can let us know what Mike is bringing. Now, I imagine it will be the same flavour of Custodes that we're seeing, I mean, pretty much everywhere. But...
yeah, so, I mean, we've got a patrol detachment, so to start us off with this 2000 list of Emperor's Chosen. So we all know Emperor's Chosen, do you? You're shrugging mortal wounds on 4 pluses. You're going to be able to re-roll a hit or a wound roll per
unit. So basically every time it shoots or every time it fights.
A turn, yeah. So it's pretty interesting.
Yep.
Starting off this patrol, we've got Trajan Valoris. Now, he's here. He's here.
I mean, every list has one, so I'm glad he is in this list. Otherwise, we'd have done some maths wrong. Yeah.
He's ubiquitous. We can't escape him.
Yeah.
With him, there's 2 troop choices. There's a Custodian Guard with Spears unit, and then there's 5 Prosecutors.
Bolter Sisters, I believe they are, mate.
Yeah, they are.
Basic cheap Bolter Sisters, maybe to sit on a home objective, something like that.
Bolter Sisters of the silent variety.
Yes, that's
We've
correct.
Also, got some Wardens with axes. I was going to say Alarus then, but they're not, are they? They're the guys with the tea towels.
Yes, tea towels hanging down.
The little tea towels. You know, if the hands get wet, which hopefully they will with some bug ichor this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to wipe them on them nice little red towels. And then we've got an Outrider detachment. Now we have the ever-present shield captain on Dawn Eagle Jetbike with a million things. He's got a salvo launcher. He's got the Emperor's Hero and the Victor of the Blood Games. 2 CPs being spent on him.
Yeah,
so
basically he's like extra Warlord trait and tooling him right up.
So he's got Superior Creation, so he's going to be shrugging wounds on 5 pluses, I believe. Gives him a 5 plus feel no pain. Auric Exemplar.
Now, that is extra attacks if he kills stuff. So if he deletes 4 models, he getting 4 extra attacks, boy. Absolutely.
What a boy. And his relic is going to be the Castellan's Mark, which I think I know. I've been studying the Blade, ladies and gentlemen. I think it allows him to pick up units at the start of the game and move them and redeploy them. Come on. It's also play for. Right. So, and then we've got a load of fast attacks. So, 3 units.
Yes.
3 units of 3 Virtus Praetors, all with salvo launchers. Pretty nasty. And then 2 Palace Grav attack.
Yes, those are like land speeder variants of Custodes, basically, with some nice guns. And then
really interesting list.
And you just missed a couple of Contemptors. You can't forget the
Contemptors. So we've got 2 elites. We've got 2 Contemptor.
Achilles. I've got no idea.
Achilles. They're going to be Achilles and Netflix and Achilles.
Yep.
And they've both got the Adraphic Destructors. 2 of them each.
Which I believe are 3 damage las cannons, effectively, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but that's pretty much what they are. Can we just have a big shout out to Ginger Steve, who's just donated a huge $8.99 saying, blah, 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 I'm sure this 40k will be great, and everything you're saying is very important. But the real question everyone wants to know is, did Magoo win when he was... Well, I mean, Magoo lost his second game, Ryan, I'm afraid.
He did, but he did do very well in his first game.
He did. He won on stream.
It kind of swung on them being some crucial charges that were missed, but let's not take anything away from the man. He did manage a big win with his orcs, the lovely painted. We love the Custodian bike. You know, it was the first Custodian on the game was an orc.
Yes, literally a converted orc, but we'll take it. It does mean Ginger Steve. Ginger Steve. Hi, Ginger Steve. That 8.99 puts you in the draw for something very special. Elliot, do you have something very special to show our chat? Exclamation mark win in the chat.
Here it is.
If you want to know how you can get your grubby little mitts on this by the end of the weekend, we're giving away an Eldritch Omens box. You simply need to super chat. You can become, so you can subscribe and become a member, which basically means you are becoming like Primary, so you can do in guilt-free ad block or whatever it is. All these different ways you can get involved. And Ginger Steve, I'm going to put your name in the draw for that thing. So thank you so much, buddy.
You could
we
be part
appreciate it.
of a desperate war in a doomed world. I love that phrase, so I'm going to keep saying it.
Now, I'm going to go to the Crusher Stampede, Elliot. I'm going to talk us through it. All right, now the Crusher Stampede, basically, it's a 5-up invuln across the army. All right, that's basically what it is, yeah? And it's -1 damage on the huge big bugs, all right? So Dimmercaron,
big, chunky bugs.
He's shrugging stuff on... Well, he's got an invuln, 5+, yeah? And then he's got -1 damage to contend with. Apart from the fact he's also many wounds and very tough, these things become even tougher and harder to take down, mate. Also gives, like, things with big wounds, like, basically that amount of wounds counters that amount as models on the objective. So it's nice and juicy. So we're going to kick off, obviously, random as Leviathan. He's got a Hive Tyrant, Monstrous Bone Swords, Monstrous Scything Talons, a couple of powers in there as well. Synaptic Hive Blades. I believe those are the ignoring invuln hive. Like, basically means he ignores invulns, which against Custodes would be, like, it's going to come in clutch. Let's not kid ourselves, yeah? Then he's got a Neurothor up in there as well for some of that synaptic barrier shenanigans. He's also given him the relic Adaptive Neural Lobe. Then for the third HQ, who we got?
Here he is. It's the Swarm Lord.
He's here.
He's here. One of the Swarm Lords, because obviously he can respawn.
Yes.
He can respawn. He can just come back.
Now, troops, 3. Lots of Tyranid warriors. Basically 3 squads of 3 by the looks of that. They're just really good. 5+, I mean, the 5+ invuln still confers onto them.
Not a lot to say about them.
Yeah. Elites, a Maleceptor, which is, again, just big boy to deal with.
Bit of sidekick from him.
Now, Mr. Dimmercaron, 280 points of jumping over wall goodness is a Dimmercaron, okay? He's
got big leaps.
He's going to leap into combat with some bikes, I imagine, at some point. That is the fast attack. And then in the heavy support, 2 barbed Hierodules, which are the shooty variant, and a scythe Hierodule, which is the combat variant. And that is Stuart Manx's 1998 points, okay? So we've got a really sort of meta game here lined up. We hope you are ready for basically 2.5 hours of serious competitive Warhammer, and we hope you guys are all strapped in and ready for a scrap. Do we know who's gone first yet, Elliot, in this game?
I believe it was Custodes, so it's worth pointing out that we're playing Data Scry Salvage today. One of the weird kind of like diagonal deployments. There you go, there's the deployment. And
I pressed the right button, by the way, Elliot. We've not done anything wrong yet. It's a miracle. So it's Data Scry Salvage. It basically has the mission tertiary Data Intercept, I believe.
It is Data Intercept, yeah. So you can perform the Data Intercept action at the end of your movement phase, one of your units, and they basically are going to be trying to take data that's being processed all the time. You're going to score, each time you do that in one of your phases, 3 points with a unit.
And
with a viable unit, which I believe doesn't include servitors, Tom!
No!
I'm still not your friend because of that game!
I'm so sorry, Elliot, okay? Well... Does that mean it's your home objective? So basically, you just need to do that on your home objective for 5 turns. Yeah,
one in your deployment zone. There's only one of them, and then there's 4 in the center of the game.
Amazing.
Now, for the primary as well, it's domination, so it's score 2. Sorry,
is it hold 2?
Hold 3, hold more. So okay. A bit more to play for in this game, but there are a lot of objective maps.
The Custodes need to gamble on a few more. Basically, the Custodes always need to be pushing for 2 or 3 objectives, and don't they? You know, that's the plan there. I mean, and the Tyranids just need to put 1 bug on 1 objective, and they've got it basically. So yeah, that's the mission today, guys. Let us know where you're watching from. Hope we're all sounding good as well. Let us know if you've got if you want any seductive things sent to the microphone. No, actually, don't let us know that, okay?
Some ASMR.
ASMR, yeah.
It's time to roll some wounds.
And also, you'll know that, obviously, me and Elliot, Mikey has trusted me and Elliot to hold the stream down. So what we need is lots of, like, positive feedback so that Mikey will let us do this again and that he knows that we haven't completely messed this up. So that's the plan there.
Or in a failure of positive feedback, just slate Mikey, because that always makes us feel good as well. I'm just going to pop us to the right camera.
Please do. What's happening on the right camera, Elliot?
Let's see.
Oh, it's I mean, if you don't get the size of that Dimmercaron, then wow, what a beast. I believe the Dimmercaron and the Scythe Hierodule are making a beeline for the Palace Grav Tank in the middle of the board. That's what it looks like. Big shout to Grez1 becoming a member. Thank you so much for that, mate. That's epic. I'm going to put your name in the draw to win the Eldritch Opens box. Thank you so much.
I believe one of the big gribblers is already on 1 wound. So a load of salvo launchers have hammered him. And that is the Dimecharon.
The Dimecharon. Okay.
He's on 1 wound. Salvo launchers have absolutely ripped him to shreds.
And how... Oh, I wonder how many wounds a Dimecharon starts with, actually. So how many wounds have those salvo... I'm assuming that's all salvo launchers that have done that, you know. So I wonder how many wounds they start with.
16.
16?
16?
Jesus.
Woohoo! That's tasty. That's what Custodes need to be doing in this first turn, especially again. Well, look how fast they're moving.
So I have 18, but I could be wrong. 18, 3 up, 5 up. Oh, he's managed to do some damage. Managed to do some damage with those salvo launchers.
Chunky amount of damage with the salvo launchers.
So the brilliant thing about salvo launchers, obviously, they're D3 plus 3. Yeah. So instantly, you're guaranteed a 4. If you get a frou-frou, and obviously it's -1 damage, so it's a 3, but still 3.
Anywhere between 4 and 6 is pretty nasty, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Yeah.
And consistent.
Moon Tyranid is probably the happiest person ever right now, so shout to Moon Tyranid because we've got big bugs on the table. Moon Tyranid being an absolute...
We've got big bugs, and you cannot lie. Other Battle Brothers cannot deny.
Oh, God, that was good. I like that. Can we have a remix? Remix! Grez1 saying, Elliot, if I win, we're meeting up for you to help me build them. It's Will from Uni.
Like I don't remember the name Gresden. Hi, Will. Nice to have you in the chat. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Yeah.
I would love for you to get into some Warhammer. Come and meet us down in Sanctuary. We play down in Sutton Ashfield, which is near your ends anyway. Come and join us, and I'll be able to pummel you into the floor, sir. I've been studying the blade.
So we still, I believe, are we shooting phase turn 1 for Mike and his Custodes? Is that currently what's going down?
No, I believe we're moving bugs.
Oh, we're into
turn.
Oh, into turn 2.
We're into
Jesus.
the Tyranids.
Flying through.
We're in the bottom of turn 1.
So we should quickly just cover as well secondaries, because I know I mean, these lads are already starting to play, so we've just gone straight into it as well. But looks like Stuart has gone for...
Fine art, the streaming business, isn't it? It's a fine art.
So he's gone for Psychic Interrogation. He has a lot of utility to do that. So he's got Hive Tyrant, Swarm Lords, Neurothopes. He's got many different
Roll
bugs.
the dice to score.
Basically, yeah, it's 3 points every single turn if you can manage to do that on one of his bugs.
Raise the banners. Woo! That's got me the 1 over Valrak. We love raise the banners here in this channel. Obviously, you've got to just take the action at the end of your movement phase, raise a little banner. Yep. If someone takes that objective from you, you do lose it, but it is going to consistently score you points if they do not.
Yeah, and you get points at the end of the game if you have banners on objectives at the end of the game. And people sometimes forget that, which is quite good. So Tyranid warriors are just going to be stood underneath there.
Quick!
Yeah.
Raise the banners! What do you reckon a bug banner looks like? Just like... I don't know.
Just like a spore mine held in the sky. Don't come near me. And engaging all fronts, being all the table quarters, basically, but with relevant units. You can't just do it with like one little guardsman anymore. You've got to do it with like a unit of 5, for example, or whatever it is. Yeah, I think no, it's over a unit of 3, isn't it? For engage,
it's a unit of 3. Yeah, so you can't like it's quite. It punishes Custodes actually when you're running those minimum squads because if you lose 1 custodian,
that's it.
You no longer don't get engaged on all fronts. Yep. Let's have a look at Mike's. So he's got Stranglehold.
Yes.
It's control more objectives. It's control 3 objectives, isn't it?
It's 3 and more. 3 and more, basically.
3 and more.
So he's going to be hoping to knock Stuart off an objective because this is a 6 objective mission. So he's going to be like, right, I'm going to stand on 3. I need to stand on 3 for the primary anyway. And then I'm going to shoulder barge you off this other objective. And I'm going to try and get as many points as I can. Ooh.
3 wounds been gained on the Demicharon, so it's gone up to 4.
So is that like, was that a stratagem played, or is that something that it naturally gets? Is it like done sort of like a mass regeneration? I think that's something that like, I don't know the name of the stratagem, but I think Tyranids have that.
It was a 1 CP stratagem.
Yes.
I'm being told.
Good.
Pretty tasty. So, here's the thing with Stranglehold.
Yes.
Do bugs breathe? Do they?
Yeah, of course they do.
They're void capable.
And well, are they void capable? Or
some of them are. I guess there's big, chunky void capable ones, but I don't know whether they all are.
Welcome to this hyper-competitive game where we're going to spend most of the game talking about lore, and you will have to like it, okay? Tough,
suck it up, Buttercup.
Tough cookies, all right? And then just to quickly round off Mike's, he's gone for bring it down, kill big bugs, basically, for points, and he's gone for raise the banners as well because he's hoping to stand on objectives as well. So both of these boys going to be fighting over objectives, but we are in turn 1 at the moment. Stuart's turn. his first turn. He went second. One of his big bugs very nearly died, but he's now on 4 wounds, I believe.
Now on 4 wounds. The Hive Tyrant has just got Psychic Interrogation as well, so there's some free points. And I believe he got another power off. Was it Catalyst on himself? Did I hear that right?
So this guy currently on 4 wounds.
Catalyst from the Swarm Lord onto the Hive Tyrant. Obviously that, I believe, used to give him a Feel No Pain. Can I just get confirmation from someone who's better at Warhammer? 5 plus Feel No Pain.
Yes, Elliot.
Come on.
You
I've been studying the Synaptic Blade, everyone.
Did they have a Synaptic Blade? Isn't that a Mind Blade?
Yeah, there's a Hive Synaptic Blade. It ignores vulnerable saves.
That's it.
Invulnerable saves.
That's it. So I'm gonna jump to one of our side cameras, see what we can see.
Oh, look at this.
Bugs everywhere.
This is what you're here for, right? These glory shots.
So this is your sized. For people that don't know, that's your barbed hierogel. Sorry, so you've got your 2 barbed hierogels here. You've got your scythe hierogel there, winged Hive Tyrant, Dimmick on here, and my drawing skills are fan-dabby-dozy, everyone.
The Neurophrope has given reroll hits to the Hive Tyrant. And now we're moving into the shooting phase for the Tyranids.
So what do you think, if you were like Stuart and you were playing with these bugs, what is target priority number 1 against the Custodes?
Biomass.
It has to be bikes. He's got to want to chomp those bikes early, hasn't he?
Yeah, you need to get rid of the Virtus Praetors. There's 9 in this list. That's filthy.
Each with salvo launchers as well, which we've seen can nearly delete a Dimmick in 1 turn. That's not to be sniffed at. That's very good. Imperium Pit is saying, "Hi Tom, I miss you. Love Brett." Well, we miss you too, Brett. We wish you were here.
I don't. I'm noticing this. I've been omitted from that, so I don't miss you.
Oh, Elliot. Elliot feels left out. Can somebody else in chat say that they miss Elliot, please? But thank you so much to everyone for joining us. Game 3 of an incredible Saturday of non-stop Warhammer 40k. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're rooting for, more importantly. Are you following the meta, and are you after Custody Boys, or are you rooting for last month's obnoxious mess of Crusher Stampede? What's going to be your favourite?
I've been told that we're getting exploding 6s of stratagem.
Okay.
On the barbed hyperdruel.
Okay.
The barbed hyperdruel.
So I'm assuming it's this barbed hydrojule that they're referring to.
An extra 4 shots.
Oh,
and that's going into a unit of bikes. Nasty
so
things.
let's have a look. Let's have a look at what's going on. So
there we go. There's the dice count.
That's some saves there. Looking at that from Mike. What's he? That's 3 dead things by the looks of it, because we all know Custodians need 4s. 4s for everything. Yep. Yeah.
Is my major downfall. He's playing them. Okay, Brett and Moon Tyranid. I love you both.
Yes.
Moon Tyranid, who I remember from my first ever stream.
Oh wow! Okay. So Moon Tyranid's been like a big fan forever. Yeah.
He has. Yeah.
Like,
he's come over to one of our tournaments, which was amazing. He's always in the Amsterdam tournaments as well, so it's always lovely to get out there and see him.
Do you know if we did a Hellstorm loyalty card? Yeah, I think we'd give Moon Tyranid like VIP, like super member status, won't we?
I'm worried what we'd owe him.
Yeah, it'd be like he'd want to cash his points in all in one day, wouldn't he? We'd be like, mate, no chance.
There's many foot rubs going on now. I think there's 1 bike left.
All right,
there's 7 wounds just taken from a round of shooting. Yeah, there's 1 bike left from that unit.
So where? Ooh, interesting.
Both hyperdruels have shot. I'm going to keep mispronouncing that.
Hydrodrule. Even I've started mispronouncing them.
Let's have a look. Oh, it's being moved. Last minute move. There we can see 1 bike.
So
and
this
looks
bike
like he's only got a few.
And they go move the screen. Right. Yeah.
Keeping us on our toes.
Yay! Thank you, Mikey. Mikey's been relegated to cameraman this game, which I quite like.
Cameraman is low-key the best job.
Yeah. It's the easiest.
It's so satisfying when you get like those good shots.
Thank you, Mikey. We're now going to go away from Mikey because he's enjoying his screen time too much, if you ask me.
There's some hyper something drool being used.
Hyperdrool. Is that a stratagem? Hyperdrool. 2CP. Well, we'll find out very soon.
Getting confirmation on how many CP that was. Also, 2 CP for pathogen slime. What does it do, Billy? Can you relay that to my ear holes?
I'm going to assume it's something to. I think, is it buff the damage? Does it buff the wound roll?
We're getting some confirmation now.
That sounds like a plan to me. So I've got a feeling that if you're looking at the board,
adds 1 damage.
Adds 1 damage. I thought it was something to do with damage.
Adds 1 damage to shooting attacks.
And that was that on the barbed hydrojule, did you say? Was that on the barbed hydrojewel, the +1 damage? I'm assuming we're still in the shooting phase.
On the scythe, hydrojewel has a flamer.
Oh.
3d3 shots. We're getting an extra damage on there.
So it looks like
CP, pretty tasty.
Yeah. So what?
+1 damage. Wait, come on! All the Tyranid players in the chat helping us out.
Yes. Chris Bailey.
No damage taken though.
Okay. Chris Bailey, !win in chat, and that will be the all the info you need to get involved today and to get your hands on the Eldritch Omens box. Okay? When he decides he wants to wake up and... Oh, what's happening?
The Swarmlord has just used his special ability in the shooting phase to move that Winged Hive Tyrant up the board. Look how close it is now. To that Custodes line. I hate that ability.
Yeah, so the Swarmlord...
Now we're into the charge phase. It looks like that Swarm... The Hive Tyrant, sorry, is going to be making a charge against that lone Custodian bike.
So I believe that Custodian bike's on 3 wounds left. And the Swarmlord basically grants an ability for something to double move, so he's giving it to the
command reroll.
Oh, okay, interesting. Let's try it. Let's see if we can see what's happening here. Have we seen the reroll yet?
It's in on the 8.
Oh, interesting.
It's in on the 8.
So it's in. Mr. Hive Tyrant is going to be trying to deal with that last one.
Hyperdrule into the...
Hyperdrule.
It's into the Alaris. It's the grab thing.
Palace
the little
grab tank.
skimmer boy.
Yes, the Palace grab tank.
Palace grab tank. There we go.
95 points of basically a land speeder with a better gun on it for Custodes. Scarcast, yes. Big shout out to all from Canada. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you so much, buddy, for joining the stream.
All having a great weekend.
We love you.
Yes. Also, it means we're going to put your name in the draw for our Eldritch Omens box. I mean, you might as well be in it to win it, right?
There's a lot of sexy models in that box.
Oh, there is. Not the Eldar variety. I did like the Chaos stuff.
Oh.
But not very competitive, mind you. But we'll brush past that.
Ooh.
Oh, look at him.
And there's the big Gribblies into the palace.
Yes, so that is the Scythed Hydrojewel on the right, guys. And obviously Dimakaran, I don't believe, has declared a charge yet.
And we're doing the combat now. Which combat did we go for first, Bill? I'm not sure which combat we're doing.
That's all right. We will find out momentarily. I'm going to assume Winged Hive Tyrant, maybe? Because the Palace Craft Tank isn't going to pose a threat to the side
Hive Tyrant into the bike.
Yep. That's what I'd imagine. Looks like Mike's using a reroll here, maybe. He is, and he. Oh, all right. Okay, so it is. Work out what's happening on the table very soon. Oh well, the bike's gone. So bike's missing from the bottom of the board. So I think the Hive Tyrant.
The Palace can survive.
I think the Hive Tyrant's done what it needed to do. So as you can just see here, guys. Vibed Hydrojewel. Just going to try and delete the Palace Grab Tank. I'm going to see. I believe the Palace Grab Tank has maybe like... It doesn't have that many wounds. Is it maybe 6 or something like that?
He spent a CP to move the Hive Tyrant after combat.
Oh, interesting. Let's go and have a look where he's moved that to. So, looks like... Where's he moved the Hive Tyrant to? There he is. So he's moved all the way back behind that wall. Wow.
Lovely. Lovely. I believe... Cool. So yeah, basically, you can spend 1 command point to get a free move after you've fought. I believe as long as nothing's within 3 inches of you.
That's quite interesting. So that Hive Tyrant, it got double moved by the Swarmlord because of his, like, commander ability, which is the Swarmlords get. Went in, it charged with a reroll, deleted a final bike, and then moved backwards. That Hive Tyrant's moved more across the board in turn 1 than I think I've ever moved anything.
Mobile.
I know,
so
right?
Especially for something that's full of big, massive lists.
Yeah.
And now the Palace has gone.
I was about to say, Palace Grab Tank has been deleted. Now, I don't think Mike will be too bothered about that because I think his Palace Grab Tanks are basically like his...
yeah, he's going to throw them forward and try and get some cheeky wounds out with them.
And also, it just helps him, like, it's like a shield sort of thing. It manages to sort of, like, push... It's his first line of defense. Look, if you want to trade and take my 95-point Palace Grab Tank from me, fine. Fair enough, you know? That's completely cool. Does mean that there is now a Scythed Hydrojewel staring a lot of bikes. A lot of bikes. So, will they be able to weather the bikes next turn? Who knows?
So, there we go. We've got engaged on all fronts. I believe he's raised a banner on his back objective as well.
Cool.
We got his psychic interrogation off. Did we manage to intercept any data?
Data intercept. I would imagine that something would have done it on his home objective. Maybe, is there some Tyranid warriors back there, maybe, or something like that?
Yeah, the warriors did manage to intercept some data as well. So a good turn from the Tyranids.
Yeah, solid. It's what he needed. So there's a unit of bikes gone. That's 3 bikes gone and 255 points. Not to be sniffed at all. That was mainly done by the Bibed Hierogul and then the Hive Tyrant finishing them off.
They nearly lost the Demerican.
They did, yeah.
The American.
The American. Dimicaron. But I like the American. We'll keep that one.
In response, they've killed a unit of Virtus Praetors and the Palace.
Yeah, so a solid first turn. And the thing is that Mike, in my opinion, probably now has to go and try and scrap with 3 big bugs. The Scythe Hierogul. There is the Dimicaron there, which has got 4 wounds left. So that should be relatively easy. Maybe a couple of salvo launches should deal with that. But then there's also a barbed Hierogul, which is basically sitting at the bottom, like here. And the problem is that the second he goes and contends with that, he then has a Hive Tyrant to deal with as well. So there's a lot of threats that Mike is probably looking at going, right, where do I go? What do I deal with? Mike's not doing too bad, though. He's got his Prosecutors up here.
He's not. He's just moved into Rendax as well. Is he using both traits? He's just using one. So it's going to be the 6s automatically wound vehicles and monsters.
Good shout, good shout.
Perfect.
So for those that don't know, Emperor's Chosen's like specific karate like chop katar is Rendax, and at once per game you can activate both of those. Yeah, and Rendax is very good against basically vehicles and monsters, and Stuart has brought nothing but monsters basically, so it's very good. So it looks like we're into turn 2 now for Mike. So Mike's just in his movement phase. Not a bad start on the points, 23, so it looks like he'll have got 10 on the primary, I imagine. Looking at that, we can... and then I think he got 3 last turn for one of his secondaries as well. So we will see how he gets on this turn. It looks like he's swinging hard left. He's doing a hard left swing. Maybe playing for the top left objective.
So it looks like we've got the Virtus Praetors moving up there as well as the Shield Captain on his bike. So he's doing the big swing left. Really exciting start to the game so far.
Yeah. Both these players as well know their armies inside out. Yeah. Very, very good players.
Both very good players.
You're about to see a masterclass in playing Warhammer 40k at a tournament. Not
Cringe,
from us.
Right? Cringe. Who knows to play? Who knows how to play Warhammer apart from me? 4-0, baby. Zero deaths.
You'll be pleased to know that Elliot was giving Mikey the eye when he was doing that because he's won most of those games against Mikey, haven't you, Elliot? I think Elliot is very quickly becoming Hellstorm's like star player.
I'm a power gamer. I'm the Toby of Warhammer 40k.
Toby, if you're watching, I don't know if that's an insult or a praise, mate. I'm not quite sure. So let's just have a quick look at the secondary. So Mike gained 3 points for Stranglehold, 8 for Domination, which is basically he was holding 2 at the start of the turn. And he's got 2 for Raise the Banners because he's put 2 banners up, 1 from the Prosecutors and 1 probably from some Wardens or Custodian Guard on his home objective. So, be interesting to find out from the table what is potentially hiding behind here, because he's going to have left something to hold this objective here, I would imagine.
I mean, phase is done, by the way.
So, it'll be interesting to see what's hiding behind there. We're just going to get a check. I'm going to imagine it's maybe just like, I don't know. I think he had a squad of Custodian Guard with spears, so maybe he's just like, fair enough, we'll leave them there so they can hold my home objective.
It is the Custodian Guards with spears, yeah, and you can see that the other palace has moved round to kind of be annoying on this objective.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Don't know whether he has managed to take the objective from them. It looks like there's a...
So, yeah.
Shooting's going into the Demicaron now, see if he can finish it off.
So this has only got 4 wounds left, guys, at the moment. Let's see how we get on.
These are the axes from the Wardens, so a little bit of chaff shooting. No damage from them. Trajan shooting into them now with the Watcher's Axe.
Ooh.
Nothing from him either. Rip.
So just trying to get in there with just some auric weapons, just trying to bring that last wound off.
Here comes one of the Dreadnoughts.
Oh, Dreadnoughts leveling its... what's it? It's like a las cannon, but it's 3 damage. It's very good. It's very good. And we will find out very quickly.
Doesn't benefit from the stance because he's not core.
Ooh.
So that 6 wasn't an auto wound for him.
Fair enough. Oh, and there it's gone. It's gone. Dimicaron's been picked up. Mr. Jump over terrain. He's out of there. So I think that's a good win that for Mike. I think he wanted to deal with that turn 1, and he was very unlucky not to, leaving it on 1 wound.
Definitely.
But to have that gone, to have such a thing that you can't control, it can jump over terrain, you can't hem it in. It's got 18 wounds.
Yep.
It's horrible. It's gone. So
nasty.
now he can turn his attention to.
Well, those bikes are going to probably consolidate, and I think those bikes are now shooting into. What? There are some cheeky things going on right now. There were some misses.
So let's have a look at what's. So as you can see,
fine. Was that into the what's that big monster that they were shooting at, Bill? A Hive Tyrant.
So they're shooting the Hive Tyrant, are they currently?
Scythed.
Oh, Scythed Hyrule.
Scythed Hyrule.
Yeah, so that is the guy that is in the middle of the screen.
These names all sound too similar.
Come on, Tyranids, be more inventive.
Especially for a speaker.
So behind this arm right now, guys, you better see. So all the guns into this boy. So we're just adding a wound marker on there. Looks like, is it taken? How many wounds has it got left? It's got 10 left currently by the looks of it.
6 damage into the Scythed Hyperdrule.
I love how many different names you've called this in the space of 30 minutes.
I just need them all written down in front of me.
Yeah, so, it's down to 5. Oh, these are all, I think these are all salvo launcher shots now, are they?
Yeah, so it was 6 damage, but obviously -1, so 5 damage going through.
Ooh. Another wound. Is it a save? That's not a save.
It is a save.
Oh, it is a save.
It's got a +1.
Oh, +1. Okay, there we go. Makes sense.
More shooting now.
See what this...
Really trying to shift it. That's a fail. Oh, it was a save.
It's a save.
Regular save. From one of the salvo launchers.
But thank you so much if you are joining us today, guys. We couldn't do it without you guys in the chat. So make sure if you've got seconds, all right, we need a little favour. Me and Elliot, we want you to like the stream, and we want you to comment lots, because if this gets, like, really good, it'll show Mikey that me and Elliot are the fan favourites. We'll be able to take over the channel forever, and Mikey will be pushed to be camera boy forever and ever and ever, all right? Could you imagine the disappointment on his face when he realises that people like me and Elliot? I know. I mean, you might not like me and Elliot, but still, you've got us for all games. You're going to have to put up with it, I'm afraid, all right? And looking at the
to the left cam, I believe one of the Dreadnoughts is in close combat with it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just making it in with a +1.
So those look like the bikes that have just gone in with a +1. Yeah, so the bikes have just made it in with a +1. We're going to have some Insectaland shenanigans. +1 to wound on the turn they charge.
A lot of bikes, and I believe there's a Dreadnought in there as well, just to do some stomps. No interrupting, because obviously Stu has 0 CP.
Oh, man. That's a downside of a Crusher Stampede. You basically... You bring no CP to the party, basically, at the start.
You don't. Very heavy on CP. I think that might be a dead bug.
It might well be.
Don't want to jinx him, though. Don't want to jinx him.
No.
Dreadnought swinging first. 3 saves.
So this is this Achilles, yes? Achilles doing what it can against Mr. Scythed Hyrule. And these bikes also made it in as well by the looks of things, yeah?
Indeed.
Some saves there.
So the Scythed
has
exploded.
Okay, looks like some mortals.
Some mortal wounds to that Dreadnought. Can he shift them on 4 pluses, being Emperor's Chosen?
I was about to say he's gonna shrug him like a madman. Wow, this
One
game.
wound going through to the bikes.
So we're only in turn 2, and already 2 big bugs have been picked up. That's not easy, and we know Custodes are good, but still, -1 damage, 5+ invulnerable save across the army. Lots of toughness 8, lots of wounds.
They're very, very resilient. Not quite disgustingly resilient.
No, some would say that's a different army. Chris Bailey saying, Mikey the camera boy, that would be glorious. I agree. Let's start now.
Now we've got a hashtag The Tom and Elliot Show.
Yeah! I think that's got a ring to it. I really do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hellstormwargaming. It's the Tom and Elliot Show!
Hey, welcome.
Forget anyone
else.
else.
Hellstormwargaming.
Yeah, soon to be joined by Varak, who will also join us because he brings viewers, and we need viewers. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let Varak come into our posse. we're gonna steal him for his viewers. Okay. Oh man, right. Mike's turn 2.
Let's have a look at these scores.
Ooh. All right.
Well, some more for Bring It Down, some more for Stranglehold.
That means he's holding 3 and holding more. He's killing big bugs, which means he's getting 3 for Bring It Down and 3 for Bring It Down again. And he's raised the banners twice, but that was in the first turn. he might get some at the end of the turn after Stuart's had his go. But it looks like we're going to Stuart's turn 2 now, by the looks of things. Have a look.
Warriors have shifted onto an objective.
Yeah, so that's at the bottom right, guys. You'll be able to see. So the Warriors have just moved here, so you'll be able to see them here. And probably to just try and shut this palace grab tank out.
Left cam.
Left cam,
there
right
we go,
cam.
down there near the palace.
Oh, it's like we've got a friendly camera woman called Mikey to help us out.
There we go. We've got a really good view of that barbed hyperdrill.
Hyperdrill.
Hyperdrill. I'm going to call it the hyperdrill consistently.
Copyright.
Into the center of the board.
Okay.
Hero drool. Hero drool. Heroes don't drool.
No. Hope everyone is enjoying the game so far. Let us know, turn 2, who do you think is going to win? And more importantly, who do you want to win? All right? I want to see some people say, Custodes, I want Crusher Stampedes to win. Let us know. Bang it in the chat.
Swarmlord moving up into that crater. He's got a -2 to his movement. I imagine probably going to go and catapult something towards the Custodes lines.
Yeah, very true, yeah.
I think he can catapult himself, and he's not a slouch in combat. But
Oh,
then
no.
again, Custodes aren't either.
No. I believe the Hive Tyrant has the one that ignores invuls. I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the Swarm Lord.
Synaptic Hive blade things.
Something, yeah. So I think, hence why I think he might look at catapulting the Hive Tyrant again. He might be like, right, boy, get in there, do some damage. I mean, he's off. He's moved. Where's he moved to? Where has Mr. Hive... So Mr. Hive Tyrant's come out from behind that wall.
There we go.
Sat in the middle.
Slap bang in the center.
Think he's going to go try and play with... Maybe going to go try and play with that Achilles? Maybe?
Could do, yeah.
Maybe try and punt for the bikes?
Swarmlord's advancing now as well.
Oh,
Another
okay.
3.
Interesting. Where's he getting to? Swarmy going to maybe deal with some bikes as well? Dirkieni saying, I hope Custodes win. I mean, me and Elliot are both fan of Custodes. We do like the Golden Boys.
I want both to be nerfed to the ground. Yeah, let's nerf Tyranids and then nerf them again when they get their codex. That seems very fair.
Cypher, you also are a naughty, naughty person in the law, so you probably just want everyone to be nerfed, yeah? You want
everybody but the Fallen.
Fallen to get best rules ever. You heard it here first, yeah?
Let's have a look at this view, see if it's spicy.
Spicy views. Oh.
There we go. You can see now
We've
them 3
got
big
the back end
monsters
of
running up
bugs.
the board.
Yeah. So, looks like Stuart just working out where he wants to move things. Some Tyranid warriors moving forward. Let's have a look just quickly what they're trying to measure up. So they're trying to measure up the distance some Tyranid warriors are moving forward. They can just jump onto that objective. Yes, Michael. Why are you making that hand gesture to your mouth? Yes, please. Thank you. I'll just tell chat, shall I? Chat, I think I might want to... Do I want a beer? Do I want a beer, chat? But chat and nodding. I think chat and nodding at home whilst they do painting the minis. Yeah. Do you like a beer, Elliot? Would you like a Pepsi? This is really gripping highbrow content that we're doing on Hellstormwargaming right now.
The Neurophrobe's moving through its advancing one. I'll have a beer if there's a beer going.
Okay. Go. Sorry, so the Neurothrope, you were telling me, sir. Where is the Neurothrope going? What's it doing?
It was up here.
Okay, cool. So Mr.
He's up there,
Neurothrope.
top right. Yeah, he's come round.
Is this for psychic interrogation, maybe?
Possibly.
Maybe to try and get in range?
there, just next to that L. Yeah.
Oh, here? Is that Neurothrope?
Yeah. Apparently he's trying to get within range of the captain on bike.
For psychic interrogation, because he needs to be within 24 inches of a character. You don't have to see it, but you need to be within 24-inch range of it. So
you don't need to, and then you can go, Harry Potter, I speak directly to you.
Yeah. I think we're combining 2 franchises here, but all right, fair enough. That bad boy has just come out to play. Be interested to see what Stuart's got in mind for him.
We're moving into the psychic phase for the Tyranids now. Synaptic barrier first.
Okay. And who is casting that?
Goes up on a +1.
Okay.
Going from the Neurothrope to the barbed Hierodrule.
Okay, so that has gone on to this guy here, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah, interesting.
What will be next?
I mean, the Nids have got a few psychic bugs left still. I mean, there's going to be a few options. Could use things like Onslaught, Catalyst for that 5-up shrug. There's a few options. I mean, could you imagine a 5-up shrug on a big bug? That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it?
5-up shrug on a big bug?
5-up invulnerable save, 5-up shrug on wounds.
Here we go. Here's psychic interrogation now.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, Tom.
All
Obviously,
good.
the big roll.
Psychic interrogation in the dice box. Is it going to happen? Is it going to come? Or have I gone...
changed it. It's going to be the Swarm Lord that's going to do it instead.
Okay, cool. See what happens. Drum roll, please, chat, because we're currently staring at a dice box, and we're going to hope they're going to roll some dice. No, I'm not waiting any longer. Watch them roll it now.
There's some...
Well, thank you for the delivery there, Sir Michael. We have beers.
It went off, apparently, from the Swarm Lord.
Cool. So that's an extra 3 points. That's it. Pass your psychic interrogation test. 3 points. Do that for 5 turns, you get 15 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just done some maths. Cody's saying beer in chat. Well, Cody, we've listened to you. All right, we've got beer. Life is great.
We've got Catalyst being cast now.
Yeah. Okay.
From the Swarm Lord. Who's that going on to?
Catalyst on the Hive Tyrant, maybe?
Onto the Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, it makes
course,
sense.
Yeah.
The Hive Tyrant in the middle of the screen right now, who has the ignoring invulnerable save like Scything Talons, has now got a 5-up feel no pain as well. So he's a bit of a...
I've zoomed into a man. There we go. That's a better angle.
Oh, okay, so from here...
You can see all of those. You can see the Neurothrow up there. You can see the Swarm Lord. They're all throwing out different bits of psychic shenanigans onto each other.
Yep. That's the Maleceptor there, I believe. But this is the lovely Barbed Hierogil, which now is on its own because its brother's died. I mean, its Scythed Hierogil brother's been eaten, killed by some Custodian bikes and a Dreadnought. And Mr. Swarm is still in the middle as well. So, are you enjoying seeing a load of bugs on the table, Elliot?
I am, yeah. Good old monster mash.
Isn't it just? I like Mike's colour scheme for his Custodians as well. I think they're very cool. Also, think it's quite clever that Mike...
Hierogil's now going to be shooting at the rear unit of bikes.
So, is that the...
Sorry, they are nice paint schemes.
No, that's cool. No, I was just saying that I like Mike's paint scheme. I also like the dreads. I think the Achilles dreads are very nice, aren't they, from Forge Worlds? They're just
Let's move off that camera.
Somebody decided to move it. I really like the shield dreadnoughts where they walk up with a shield and like... Yeah, they're very cool, aren't they?
It's a very easy to imagine, isn't it? Right, we're getting 2 CP spent to increase the damage from the barbed hydrodrill shots. Let's see what he can do. These are shooting at the bikes, I believe, the rear unit of bikes.
Ooh, all right. So this, I believe it's 2 damaged on the barbed hydrogil's guns.
4 wounds have gone through.
Oh, so that could kill 2 bikes because they're... No, it couldn't because they're 5 wounds.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, it can't. So...
2 have failed with the reroll.
Okay.
See.
How many is he going to pick up?
1 bike goes.
Yeah, I'd have thought just 1 from that. That's not bad.
That's the thing, isn't it? You throw out so much damage to Custodes, but they just weather the storm so well.
I mean, we know that Virtus Praetors are good, yeah? 5 wounds is just phenomenal, isn't it?
Especially when they can hide behind... Well, the super fast, so they get to use their speed to their advantage.
Yep.
And also, 4+ invulnerable saves. Giving out transhuman, the alchemical genealogy or whatever the word is.
Genetic alchemy something or other, isn't it, mate? Yes.
Yeah.
It's, they're really, really solid. So for those that don't know, it's basically you're just ignoring a 1, 2, 3 on a wound. So you can only win them better on a 4+. You can also turn off any sort of reroll. So if Stuart had reroll 1s and you were shooting that unit, you can turn that off as well. Really, really strong unit. Mikey's discussed it before on the channel that I think everyone is in agreement that the Custodes are just a little too good currently for their points.
They're a little bit too good, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, 255 points, mate. It's incredible, isn't it? So.
One more trying to get in now with an 8. It looks like he's done it. Dead on 8. So the Swarm Lord is in. The Hive Tyrant is also in. So there's lots of big monsters now getting into that blob of bikes.
So let's take a look at the top down. So you'll be able to see, guys, that Hive Tyrant, which was here, has gone straight through and he's going to be trying to take on some bikes.
Hive Tyrant now multi-charging the bikes and
the dreads. Yeah.
So I believe he was moved by the Swarm Lord at the end of the shooting phase.
Cool. So so the Swarm Lord just double moved him again, and it also means that, like, I'm assuming Swarm is going to try and get in himself. Wouldn't make sense.
I think he did. I think I heard that he had, but it hasn't. It doesn't seem to have moved.
Maybe they were just moving the Hive Tyrant in.
Captain has heroically intervened into the Hive Tyrant.
So this is the shield captain that has a 5-up shrug.
Everything.
He has, if he kills something, he gets to hit again.
Auric Exemplar,
yes, correct, yeah. He's not to be whiffed at, the shield captain on Dawn Eagle.
Oh, there we go.
Look at those wings. That's very menacing and imposing.
So he's going to be splitting his attacks. Sounds like he's put 4 into the Achilles and 3 into the shield captain.
Let's see how Mr. Hive Tyrant does with his ignoring invulnerable saves, scything talons.
Does he want to turn off the reroll?
Ooh.
Mike's having a bit of a think about that now. Obviously, Custodes have a stratagem where they can turn off rerolls against a particular unit.
I believe it's reroll to wounds as well. I believe it's reroll
and
wounds.
he's used his transhuman, so he has to use the alchemical genealogy. Or genetic, whatever it's called.
Genetic
alchemical nonsense.
Basically transhuman, because it's what we all know it as, right? Yeah?
And he's turned off the rerolls as well, so lots of CPs being spent there to try and keep that blob of Custodes alive.
Okay. So I believe that's the wound roll there. So he has to win on 4s. Is that 1 wound? Yes.
1 wound, no rerolls.
That looks like a failed save.
Failed for 4 damage.
Yeah. So I'm assuming those were shrugs from the shield captain because he has superior creation. So those were the 5 shrugs. I think he failed them all though. Right.
He did fail them all, yeah. 2
wounds
hits into the bikes.
2 wounds, double 6.
2 wounds, naughty dice.
1 fail. Oh, so I believe if we go back to the top down, that is at least 1 bike dead. Yes, there we go. And he's going to put some wounds on his shield captain there because I think he took 4 wounds maybe there. Yeah. So he's down to 4 because he starts with 8. So splitting his attacks there from the Hive Tyrant, obviously ignoring invulnerable saves, hence why he was straight on that superior creation save. So I wonder, was that the right decision to split attacks? Am I speaking too soon? Who knows?
So we've got the barbed hybrid jewel into the tank now. I believe we're going to get a good angle on that in a second.
Cool.
We're going to be able to switch to our left camera. Oh, it's gone.
Nope.
Here we go. Mikey was too slow.
I know. Mikey spent all day looking at us going, hurry up with the cameras, and now he's been all slow.
Payback.
Haha. Just want to say a big thank you for joining us in the chat. If you are just joining us right now, it is the 3rd game at the last of the Summer WineHAMMER. No, we've currently got the okay.
Go, sorry. That's where it was.
The Palace Grab Tank is now a smoking wreck down in the bottom corner.
That's where it was. Not there anymore. We finally got...
So let's have... So that barbed hybrid jewel just destroyed the Palace Grab Tank. That's one less thing that he has to worry about now.
The Achilles has just hit the Hive Tyrant back. I believe it's got 5 wounds left, and now the shield captain's going to be hitting him again. Well, sorry, he will be hitting him now after the Achilles has hit him.
So the Achilles leaving the Hive Tyrant on 5 wounds. That's not a bad start. So, but can Mr. Tooled up to the 9s, Dawn Eagle Jet Bike, get rid of those 5 wounds?
He's got everything. He's got every tool. They've opened the vaults.
So the issue, I believe, here is that it has -1 damage, yeah? Because it's in the Crusher Stampede, yeah? And what the problem with Custodes is that everything is basically 2 damage, right? Yeah? As in, like, in combat.
Yep.
So even the Inceptolans, although it's going to be wounding it on 3s...
It's literally just Hurricane Bolters. And he doesn't even have any of them, because he's all salvo launchers.
Yeah. But 2 damage is going to get taken down to 1, so he basically needs all of these to go through. So I believe he'll be hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s.
That was his hit roll there, hitting on 2s, and then he's going to be wounding on 3s, I believe, now after this.
Or maybe 4s, depends
maybe
what.
4s.
Yeah, because it's +1 to wound. We'll see. That is 5 saves. Looks like he's failed 3. Right. Okay. Seeing how many wounds he's going to get down to now.
I believe it does have Catalyst though, doesn't it? So.
So he was shrugging those on 5s as well. So Mr. Hive Tyrant maybe down to about 4 wounds there.
2 wounds remaining on the Hive Tyrant.
Okay.
Ooh. Is there anything left to swing? I don't think there is. That's that combat done. He's there on 2 wounds.
Now, if you're watching right now and you're thinking, wow, I've really enjoyed these first 2 turns and I'd really like to just top this weekend off by winning something. And you're just thinking, I could win something, but I don't know what. Well, we've got the answer for you right here at Hellstormwargaming, because if you're watching right now, okay, Elliot there is holding an Eldritch Omens box. Okay. And this could be yours. You could have it Sunday night. We could be posting this out to you.
We could be putting this into your hands.
Yes. So basically, all you need to do is !win in the chat, and it'll explain what you need to do. Basically, you need to super chat you need to become a member on YouTube, and all of these different things will give you an extra way to get into the draw, and we'll be doing the draw on Sunday night. So, and if enough people get involved and do draws...
Mikey in the background.
Why?
Cheering.
Now, we are literally doing this out of the goodness of our heart. I feel like can we get some like sad violin music? We're doing this out of the goodness of our heart. But you'd like to feel like if you're enjoying the coverage and you want to try and win some as well, we'd massively appreciate it. So thank you very much. But we'll jump on now.
Nothing to lose.
We'll see what is happening, because I'm going to believe we're going to be moving into Mike's turn about now. Turn 3 for the Adeptus Custodes. Looks like it.
Look, so he holds 3. So he's going to take hold 2, hold 3.
That's good. So that's maxing, because this is a hold 2, hold 3 mission.
3 more points from his banners.
And I'm assuming he is scoring his tertiary for data intercept as well. We'll have to see as well.
Yeah, he has got data intercept.
Yeah.
There's some Custodes at the back. I have been alive for 10,000 years, brother.
And you're making me stand in the back.
And I am being used to intercept data? Where is Trajan?
Where are the guardsmen when you need them? Get them doing this.
The guard couldn't be trusted to do this. No. They would mess it up.
So it looks like Mike just going through his movement phase right now. Mike's probably in a happy place right now. I would say so. He has lost a few bikes, but he's still got 2 squads left.
He's scoring really well on the points. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But 2 squads of 2 bikes left. He did start with 9, so he has lost just over half his bikes. Yep. Okay. Shield Captain's a bit battered and bruised, but he's still on 4 wounds. Both his dreads are fine. So I think from Mike's point of view, if he deals with that Winged Hive Tyrant this turn, which is the ignoring invulnerable saves relic, and then deals with that last barbed hydrogel. There's one barbed hydrogel right at the bottom corner. That's going to be... He can worry about that another turn. Yeah, he doesn't need to worry about that right now. He can think about that. Deal with that barbed hydrogel in the middle, and then I think he's just got Tyranid warriors and a Maleceptor to worry about, basically. So that's quite a... Swarm is there as well. So we'll see how he gets on. It's definitely still in the balances game. Definitely.
The Shield Captain has fallen back. Don't know, I think... Did he spend 2 command points to do his vectored maneuver so he can still shoot? He did. Cool. So 2 command points have been spent, so he can fall back and still shoot.
I didn't know that Custodes had access to Tau stratagems. Vectored maneuvering thrusters.
Brother, they have it all.
Yes, they do. You can literally tap into anyone's codex at any point.
Have you seen our armor? It's literally gold.
Yes.
Been a really interesting game so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that the other games haven't been interesting, but it's always nice to see 2 souped-up metalists smash into each other, especially when they've got generals as good as these 2.
Yep. Do you know what's been the best part? It's been commentating with you, Elliot. We are the elite commentating team now, okay? I've decided, you have like Chris Kamara and some other football pundit, Jeff Stelling, on the football. We are them versions, but in the Warhammer community,
I want to be Crofty from Formula 1.
Yeah, all right, okay, cool.
Lights out, and away we go.
There's one dice rolling left corner, and just like rattling it off. I want to be the guy from the darts who does like 180 with like the really husky, smoky voice. You know
How
what I mean?
many has he scored on the primary? 180. What?
It's capped out. It's capped out at like 100, mate. What are you on about? So, Michael has been doing some of his actual homework and has been moving some cameras around.
There we go.
For
Look
us.
at that now. We've got some Virtus Praetors flying out into the Swarm Lord. Their funeral. He is a tough boy to shift.
That's it. Do you think they're singing hymns on the way in? Please, Emperor, protect us.
They're listening to EDM. They don't. They don't sing, the Custodes.
So,
we've got some shooting from the Achilles Dreadnought.
Yeah, it looks like the heavy version of its gun. It's only 2 shots. Doing its Emperor's Chosen reroll in that as well.
Wounded on freeze. That looks like a wound. I think he just has a 3+ invulnerable save.
Yeah.
All the time.
Swarm Lord does, yeah.
It's insane. He's got a Storm Shield on his forehead.
Yeah, wherever you shoot me. On my kneecap. Storm Shield. Even better than a Storm Shield these days. Because obviously Storm Shield's
talk about that.
Yeah, nerfed into the ground.
Space Marine players will be crying in the chats. Suicide watch for the Space Marine players.
We've just had a wound counter put on Mr. Swarm Lord, so we'll see how many wounds he's down to at the moment. Looks like Tyranids about to get their codex in the next few, maybe weeks, maybe a month or 2, who knows yet, but it looks like that's imminent, teasing a lot at the moment. So if you're excited for the new Tyranids codex in chat, let us know.
We're in Rendax again.
Oh, so is that 6's instantly wounds?
Second trait.
Both.
He's using both.
Both. He's activated his
Super
trap card.
Kata. That's it now. Cobra Kai in full effect.
Yes.
Cobra Kata.
And also, again, the beauty of Rendax, good against monsters and vehicles. I mean, if Rendax was built for a certain mission and a certain army, it's this one, right? Deleting big bugs. So.
Just being told that we did forget. What? I say we.
Oh.
You know, Catalyst has been forgotten. The Flying Hive Tyrant now is back up to 5 wounds. So that one that's over there, deep in the Custodes lines, is back on 5 wounds.
Cool.
Very nice sportsmanship.
Yeah. So I saw a 6 and a 1. So I'm assuming that Mike is doing some salvo launches right now. Would explain the 1s and the 2 dice rolling here, there, and everywhere.
This is the Swarm Lord, sorry, Bill. Swarm Lord's gone.
Gone. Whoa.
Bike shootings took him off. The salvo launchers have done what they're bought to do. The Swarm Lord is gone.
I mean, if there is more proof that salvo launchers should be like capped at like maybe 1 in a unit of 3 or something like that, or a massive point type, because that is obnoxious.
It is very strong. You do pay for it though, obviously.
You do, but I mean, I think it's just...
Is it one shot?
It's one, yeah, so it's 1 shot, strength 8, -4, D3 +3. But when you're in Emperor's Chosen and you're using your reroll on one of those shots, it's horrible, man. Really, really horrible.
Mike has been telling the table team that obviously he needed to shoot the Swarm Lord off because he's just too dangerous in combat.
Right, okay. So Mikey
that
coaching...
Get him shot off.
It's Mikey coaching, is that what you're telling me? So it looks like... So Swarm Lord is gone. I would imagine some shots are going to be peppered into the Hive Tyrant, maybe? Or
I think these might actually be going into the Warriors.
Oh, okay. So...
The Barbed Hydrodrule is taking some shots as well.
So the Barbed Hydrodrule is here. I can't even say it anymore. Elliot, you've ruined me. I can't say Hydrodrule anymore.
Hyperdrule. A Barbed Hyperdrule.
So is it taking just some auric shots from these Wardens, I believe? Or are they Guardian Spears? Are they Custodian Guard with Spears?
It was the Warden Axes, I believe.
Cool. I think those are Wardens there. So.
Trajan has failed discharged.
Ooh.
DP reroll. That's
6. That's a 1. So 7 is he in?
7. Is he in? It looks like he's being moved.
Yeah,
he's in. Slamming into the back of the Hive Tyrant.
Strength 10, -3, 3 damage on
He's
that
a boy,
thing.
is our Trajan. We love him.
He rerolls all his hits all the time because of a Warlord trait that he's got built in. And he's going to be wounding that thing on 3s because he's strength 10.
Hoping he'll be getting his money's worth as the leader of the companions.
Yes. So let's have a look at the side cam. So we've got our Custodian bikes there in the top of the board. Those are the ones that just deleted Swarmy. And on the left, you can just see there, Mr. Trajan Valores. There are 9 Trajans here this weekend, guys, because apparently he's an auto-include. And yeah, Mr. Trajan, he's going to be trying to deal with this guy. Hi!
Shield Captain's in there. The Dreadnought needed a big roll. He got a 10 just to get in. They just left him enough room for the other Achilles to get in. So there's a lot of ganging up happening on that Hive Tyrant right now.
This guy, I mean, apart from Mike's chest, has 5 wounds left. So 5 wounds for Trajan to try and deal with. 2 Achilles Dreads and the Dawn Eagle Shield Captain. I would imagine the Golden Boys are going to be deleting a Hive Tyrant here.
You would hope.
Yes.
You would hope. Otherwise, I think they'll be getting sacked. There'll be some resigning.
You're getting sacked in the morning.
Trajan's going to be making a press conference tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
The Shield Captain's going first. Here
there
he goes.
Is.
Auric Exemplar boy.
6 attacks.
All hits. All hits.
Right. Okay. Rerolls.
6 is there.
I'm assuming because he's got tip of the spear.
Hit, though, isn't it? Also wounds.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. So was that his Misericordia attack, I believe, there as well? He just did on the side. Saves coming in. Looks like he's passed a lot of them. He looks like he passed loads there.
No damage.
No damage. He looked like he passed like 5 saves there and then shrugged them with Catalyst.
And then he shrugged them as well, yeah, with Catalyst. Jesus. So that's massive. Shield Captain has basically whiffed, even though we didn't.
So is this Trajan? Is this Trajan now? Please tell me he's gone with Trajan.
It must be, if there was 6 attacks.
Okay, yeah.
6. Gone through, there's going to be some shrugs now to make.
Okay, shrug time.
He's took 3.
3.
He's down to 2.
Misericordia, I believe.
Oh.
He's got 2 wounds left, guys. Right, so he's got 2 Achilles Dreads left to do this with, yeah?
Yep.
Right, let's wait. Now,
one Achilles Dreads.
1.
And he's got the bikes, though. Bikes are going to be making some attacks first.
Okay.
And they get 4 attacks each.
Here we go. They look like they all hit.
8 saves to make. He's got
Okay.
2 wounds left. Surely the bikes can do it.
You'd hope so. He looks like there's... Oh, 2 fails. Has he got Catalyst? What's that? What's that? No, he's re-rolling 1. Is he all right? Is he on 1 wound? Is he on 1 wound?
Gone.
Gone. Okay, so that was the explosion roll then. That makes sense. That Mr. Hive Tyrant is out of there, guys.
I mean, to dedicate a lot of his army to it.
Yeah. Do you know how scary that ignoring invuln must be? 4 damage, ignoring invuns is brutal, isn't it? So, you know, just gotta delete him as fast as you possibly can when you get first eyes on him, make a beeline for him. But that's more
horrible stuff. He did roll to see if it exploded. It didn't, but how hilarious would that have been?
That would have been absolutely nasty, yeah.
Boom, covered in goo.
Hive Tyrant literally going out in a blaze of glory, in an explosion of pus. The mental images there, yeah.
I believe that was Mike's turn, wasn't it? So what?
Well, it was Mike's turn.
He scored 10 total for bring it down.
Yeah.
No points for stranglehold though.
No.
But he is having to dedicate a lot of his. I mean, Stu's doing the right thing, isn't he? He's throwing loads of big monsters, putting them right deep in the Custodes line, and just saying, "There, deal with that."
Yeah.
Deal with that, where I'm going to try and sit at the back and score as many of these primary and mission-specific points as I can.
Yes. Well, if you think about it, so in that turn, he deleted 2 more big bugs. He deleted the Swarm Lord Mike. He also deleted the Hive Tyrant. Again, he's going through 2 big bugs a turn. Basically, that's some good going, though.
It's a bold move, Carden.
It just shows the killing power of Custodes right now. They're really, really strong. But thank you so much for joining us, guys. We are on Game 3 of a 5-round tournament in Holmfirth in the UK. We want to know what you're doing this Saturday night. All right? Are you painting some models? Have you got us on as background noise? Are you hiding from the missus? Are you out and about with the lads? Have you just come home from a big game at your local friendly gaming store? Let us know in the chat. We'll give you a bit of a shout out on stream, and also let us know who you're rooting for. Yeah, is it the Custodes? Is it the Crusher Stampede? We'd love to know your thoughts.
So we can see most of the army there.
Yeah.
I believe there might be like 1 or 2 warriors hiding in a building, but I think that's like 95% of the army right there. So not tons left.
No.
You know, for a famously resilient list as well, the Custodes are really chewing through it.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And the thing is as well, because obviously the Crusher Stampede bans you from taking swarm units, like once you start losing big bugs, it starts becoming apparent on the table. You lose a lot of board control. That's what the Tyranid warriors are there for, to do all the gribbly jobs, such as holding objectives and just being a nuisance, hiding in buildings and stuff like that. So I don't think from Stuart's point of view he wants to lose too much more. He needs to really start dialing up the hurt now on these Custodes.
He does, and there isn't a lot left, but those Hydrodrills are really nasty.
Yes.
They're like mini Imperial Knights.
Yeah, for sure.
Got a ton of wounds. I think they've got very good damage output.
I think the 16 wounds.
Better.
Are they 16 wounds, the Barbed Hydro, something like that? Yeah.
16 or 18.
Yeah.
18 maybe a little.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone in chat. Chris Rogers saying, painting my Iron Warrior themed Thousand Suns, listening to your dulcet tones. I'm hoping you're referring to Elliot's dulcet tones, because I've not got dulcet tones.
I've been quite high-pitched and excitable this game, so who knows.
Tom saying, recovering from a hangover. A fellow Tom in the chat. Lads. Peter Harrison painting some snipers and having lunch. What time is it where you are? Because it's tea time in the UK, mate. We're ready for beers and burgers, I think.
What sort of snipers? Are we talking Rangers? Are we talking Pathfinders with iron rifles?
Ratlins. Could you imagine if it was Ratlins? I love Ratlins. Has anyone painted Ratlins in the last 3 years? Because if so, I want to know. I love Ratlins. Oh, nice. Okay. So it looks like movement. What's going on?
A little bit of a run.
Yeah. Mr. Barbed Hydrill is turned back round after deleting a Palace Grav tank.
There he goes.
And he's making a beeline towards some Custodian Wardens with axes, I think.
Canned meat.
Nate W in chat saying, finishing painting my Crusher Stampede army. Well, you could be learning something today, Nate, yeah? Maybe how not to play Crusher Stampede, but you could be learning all about them. And they're, let's not kid ourselves, they're still a very, very good and tough army.
That they're rooting for the game of Warhammer 40,000 as the winner. It always is. The hobby, in the words of a famous man, famous small man.
Small man.
The hobby is always the winner.
That's very true. Very true.
So, Tom, what are you working on at the moment? While there's some movement going on, you tell me what your hobby project is.
What is going on at the moment in my life? Well, apart from editing a lot of battle reports with your beautiful face in Elliot, which is very good.
You'd be so lucky.
Hobby-wise, I love my Blood Angels. I'm working really, really hard on those. I was doing
as well.
I was doing a Librarian Dreadnought the other day. Not very meta, but you can't have a Blood Angels army without a Dreadnought that can fly, because
the meta.
It can basically give itself. It can cast a spell on itself to make itself fly. A Dreadnought.
Move again in the psychic phase, right?
Or it can also make itself fly as well. So it's in like, if I want to go deal with something with the fly keyword, I want to go deal with it, like a flyer or whatever it is. So I love a Libby Dread. Also, was a bit cheeky the other day and randomly started a Drakari army. It's a long story, guys. I'm not gonna bore you with it, but I got into Drakari the other day. Only Kabbalites to start with, but I just started painting. Yeah, but what about you, Elliot? I've heard you've got some Tau on the horizon.
Got some Tau. Yeah? There's a little bit of Black Templars. I may have just got a 3D printer, so I'm going to be printing a load of Iron Armor helmets for my Black Templars. Then I'm going to be putting all those together, and hopefully, watch this space, and don't judge me too harshly because it will take me a while. Hopefully doing some painting. There is an airbrush that's been bought. It is now sat under my computer desk. I'm getting a funny look from Mikey now because I've just said the P word.
What, painting? Or
painting, yeah.
What?
Yeah, don't get too...
I was like, what word did I miss there, mate? Oh, man.
I believe there's a load of psychic shenanigans happening right now on the Tyranids part. We've moved into the shooting phase, but just before, Billy, can you give me a rundown, please, of the different psychic tests that were passed?
Oh, Jordan saying, Boo just lost all my respect.
And got rerolled wounds off on the barbed Hydrodrule in the center. Psychic interrogation gone off as well. And smite from the Malin Scepter.
Cool. So
3 different little bits of psychic nonsense.
So this Barbed Hydrodrule got rerolled to wound, correct? And then this Malacaptor did a smite, I believe. Did you say? And it did. And which one did psychic interrogation? Was it the Neurothorpe that did psychic interrogation? Somebody's done psychic interrogation. Yeah. What we're saying. So that's an extra 3 points. Yeah. I mean, obviously, with a shield captain on bike doing the rounds and Trajan, there's not really going to be short of doing some psychic interrogation.
Try and squeeze your points out of them somehow.
Yes. So do you know what I think has been like quite a bit of like a hidden plot in this game? All right. The Barbed Hydrodrule had to run backwards to deal with the Palace Grav Tank. It's now going to take another turn for it to get to the middle. That's quite a bit of a big unit to have to send out to the corner and back again. So, but Elliot, what's happening on the table?
We've got the Barbed Hydrodrule shooting into the bikes, and the bikes have popped their alchemical genealogy thing in order to only be wounded on 4s.
So is that these two?
I believe so, yeah.
So they can only now be wounded on 4+. It's effectively transhuman, guys. So that explains that. Again, I wonder if that will ever get limited to maybe a 1-use only. I think that would maybe seem fair in Custodes. That'd be quite interesting. Or maybe banned from being used on bikes. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Custodes.
Oh, no, I think it was those bike unit at the back.
Oh, okay. The ones that were in combat with the Hive Tyrant?
Yes.
Yes, cool.
Yes. Sorry, Mikey distracted me. He's just told me a silly thing.
What's he
said that
told
he's going to listen to us whilst he goes to the toilet.
Oh, okay. Well, should we wait till he goes in and then say really mean things about him while he's in the toilet? Because then he can't come out unless he wants to come out with his trousers around his ankles. And then I'm hoping that people on the stream will shoot, like the numbers will shoot up. Oh, quick, come and see Naked Mikey.
Oh no, he's here.
He's here.
Quick, the game. Billy, what's going on in the game?
Quick.
It's occupied.
Do you want to come and say hi to the people? Because you've trusted us, Mikey, with your Mikey's trusted us with his stream. It's with his baby.
Share your knowledge with us.
Yeah.
Knowledge. 1 book a day. I read every day. That's why I drive a Lamborghini. Is that what you're asking for? I don't actually drive a Lamborghini. How's everyone doing?
You forgot how to speak, mate.
I've just been chilling, mate. I've just been sat there. I've had a cup of tea and a coffee, and I've had a hot chocolate.
You basically had... This is like your allocated break for today, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Cool.
So thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I hope you're all having a great time. We've got Jojo tie.
Yep.
We've got my fancy tie. We've got Tom's fancier tie. Business day, you know? It's business day.
I've currently got a dice box in front of my tie, which is just offensive if you ask me, but you know.
So, hope everyone's doing well. Let us know who you'd like to win.
Yeah.
Maybe Tom could set up a poll.
That would require skill and talent that I don't have, Mikey. So,
There you go. You could set up a poll.
Oh, I could set up a poll.
When you're ready.
Yeah,
So you can
okay.
do a poll and get people voting.
It's like a training course live. It's great, isn't it?
I think it's a really interesting game. The Tyranids are like losing stuff, but they are just like taking stuff out at the same time. You know what else is happening? Miles is becoming a member for a novice year. Adblock guilt free. He gets an entry to the giveaway for Eldritch Omens. Look at me. I arrive, and now it's time to shell. We've got Eldritch Omens to give away. Please enter, super chat, become a member, do all the things, and I'll leave you in the comfortable hands of Tom and Elliot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Back to the real stars on the table, which is Mike and Stuart. So Stuart got a big turn here. It looks like he's charged his barbed hydrogel into the bikes at the top, sort of like top middle of the screen, hoping to make some mincemeat of those guys.
Oh, so they tried to Tanglefoot grenade that Barb Hydrogel, but the man couldn't keep him down and he still made the charge. The bikes have also transhuman again. Got 2 wounds through there. They've took no damage. They made both their saves. And now they're fighting back. So, you know, mini Imperial Knights here, but not doing the damage that you get from an Imperial Knight in combat.
No.
Oh boy, by the way, can I not wait for that codex to drop?
Yeah, I know for sure, man. But the thing is that, like, the barbed hydrogel, basically, although it is good in combat, its main talent is guns. This is not the side hydrogel. This is the barbed one. It has tons of guns. It has lots of incredibly strong dagger, but in combat, I don't know if it quite does the business.
Had reroll wounds and damage and still didn't do
anything.
That's sad.
Can I just give a big shout out to Moon Tyranid, as always, an absolute legend, becoming a member for 17 months straight. I have added your name, my friend, to our little, our huge giveaway to try and get your hands on that Eldritch Omens box. So thank you so much. Be like Moon Tyranid, become a member, send us a super chat. All these things are different ways to get yourself in the draw.
Be a chat like him.
Yeah, exclamation mark win in chat to find out all the deets behind that. Thank you so much, Moon. And Miles. Miles, don't you worry. I've added you as well, buddy. So it looks like
we're just
combat
doing the score at the end now. So
right.
the Barbed Hydrogel took 1 wound, I believe, from the Virtus Praetors. So they're just totting up the wounds. Whilst they do that, I'll just get back to Brandon. So in that Death Guard game, you know, it seemed pretty in favor of the Raven Guard all the way through it. And then at the end, Despoiled Ground really came into its own. And he just swung the game. I think it was 87-75.
Yes. There was about a 13 or 12 point difference, weren't there? Something like that, yeah.
Death Guard just swung it at the end. He didn't have a lot left. Neither player had a lot left.
Oh.
It became a kind of a masterclass in what to do in the late game when you've got very few models and you really need to make the points work for you.
I learned something really interesting in that game very quickly. Do you know, he took Laser Destroyer Vindicators, effectively, yeah? They had a Bubonic Astartes keyword or something which allowed him to get the Despoiled Ground thing, whereas Plagueburst Crawlers don't. They have the Demon Engine keyword. Ooh. So it was literally just like, it was one of those like flukes of looks where it just helped him get Despoiled Ground.
Nice.
So, and the Plagueburst Crawlers, which he was thinking of bringing, don't have that. So it helps with that secondary, which is quite good. So looking at the table right now, it looks like we're moving into Custodes turn 4, flying through the turns.
I believe that's... It's not Trajan, is it?
No, those are the Wardens, I believe. I believe
the Wardens.
those, yeah.
It's going to be a 9-inch charge for them to do anything.
Yeah. So we've got 2 Wardens here, guys. Maybe one of them plinked off by some shooting. Trajan had to go back and help deal with the Winged Hive Tyrant, which he did well. He did well.
He did.
And it looks like there's a bike here now on 3 wounds. So it looks like the Barbed Hydrogel did some damage, but not enough. He could have done with doing a bit more there, maybe. Mike's gorgeous head. God, Mike Duff he's a specimen of a man. God, I love him. Can we have some love for Mike and for Stuart in the chat, please? Two great legends of the Warhammer community. If you are watching this and thinking, do you know what, I'd like to get to a Warhammer tournament, and I happen to be from Yorkshire as well, or from a surrounding area, maybe the Midlands, yeah? You should get onto Hellstormwargaming.co.uk and come and join us on the 9th and 10th of April at Sanctuary Gaming Centre. We're running a Hellstormwargaming GT. It's going to be like 54 man, something like that. We'd love to see you there. And we basically, if you want to come and play some Warhammer, come and play with the coolest guys on the planet. That's us, by the way. All right. So
that is us.
If you're interested, check us out at hellstormwargaming.co.uk. All the info on the tickets and stuff there. Only a few left, though, so don't take forever. That's all I'm
Only
gonna say.
a few. And we're moving into the shooting phase for the Custodes back on the game.
Nice. So,
Where are we opening up? That's a question.
Has he fallen out of combat with those bikes? Are they still in combat with the barbed hydrojewel?
Okay. The shield captain's going to be shooting into the
Maliceptor. Maliceptor. Yeah, Melon Scepter. That's what we're going to call it.
Scepter.
That is this guy here, the big brain bug. Big brain. Big brain do psychic things.
Oh, and he's in the stance. That means that you can't re-roll in combat against him.
Ah, okay, I believe.
Pretty nasty.
Is that Captaris, maybe? Is that Captaris? I will have a quick check which one that one is. We'll find out very soon from the table.
4 wounds against the Maliceptor, and it is Captaris.
Yes, I am.
You've
mega...
been studying the blade.
I've been studying the golden armor, the golden lights from Golden Light. They will come.
Studying the Presidium blade.
That's it. Yes. You can't. On a law note, Presidium blades and shields are cool. Just saying. But anyway, sorry. Back to the game. What's going on?
6 wounds on the Maliceptor. It's down to 3.
Ooh, all right. You would
down to 3.
I'm going to assume there's a few more salvo launches to come that way
down
as well.
Down to 2 now. There it goes.
Goodbye, brain bug.
No explosion though.
So whilst this game is still close, that is another big bug picked up.
It is. I think it's.
The problem is Mike is running away with the VPs.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
It's becoming, I guess, more clear as this game's going on.
Yes, and the problem that like, if the VPs were like this, but Stuart was now in the ascendancy with like all these bugs and running through some Custodes, and Mike didn't have much left, you'd be like, this could swing. The problem is I don't see what Stuart has that he can really turn the tide. He's basically got Tyranid warriors and 2 barbed hydrojewels. Now those are good units, the barbed hydrojewels.
Yeah, but I mean, we just saw the barbed hydrojewel go into combat then, and I don't think it managed to even shift off.
Yeah.
He spent a load of CP for those rerolls, and then he didn't actually manage to shift any Virtus Praetors. So that for me is pretty damning. Eurothrope's gone now as well.
Okay.
So we're getting less psychic ability on the board. Yeah, looking a bit more painful now for these bugs. Oh, Warriors are now out of range.
Oh, okay.
Of the center big bug.
No.
So he's slowly losing ability.
So help me and Elliot out in chat right now. Do you think Custodes are going to win? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Do you think it's a signed, sealed, delivered thing? Do you think Stuart has a way back into this? Is Mike going to whiff his turn 4? Who knows? We've still got a big combat
for
phase.
That decision
is
the charge phase. The shield captain's made it in. One of the Achilles dreadnoughts has made it in into this barbed hyperdrill in the center. I've gone back to calling it now hyperdrill.
Oh mate, I love it.
Gone back.
So let's have a look. Oh, there it is. So how many wounds is that down to? It looks like it's down to 17. Is that 17? Something like that. Only had a couple of wounds chipped off it.
17 wounds it's down to.
Starts with 18, I believe. So that's all right. It's basically at full health. And looks like we're charging everything, and there's an Achilles Dread in there. There's bikes in there. Looks like they're queuing up to just get a piece of that bug action.
Some great sportsmanship on the table. Stuart has allowed Mike to go back and charge his wardens in. He forgot to do it.
That's good to see. At the end of the day, we're all here to have fun, play some 40k, and everyone just wants to be a great sportsman, don't they? Let's be honest.
Is he allowing them to shoot? Is that what's going on?
So those wardens were.
Okay.
I believe those wardens were somewhere.
A bit of confusion, but I've been told that there was great sportsmanship. So that's
I think
the main
these wardens
thing
are. I think these wardens are now here. Okay, next to this barbed hydrojewel. And I think they've charged in. I think that's what they've done. To try and hold that bug up. I'm going to imagine if they can survive and hold him up, because he's rubbish in combat. I mean, he has to work his way through 3 wounds, 6 wounds, because there's 2 of them there. If he can't, I mean, he can fall out, obviously, because he's a big bug.
Yep.
But I guess from Mike's point of view, it's like, what have I got to lose? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So where are we starting?
So our
Hyperdrill is going to hit
Ooh.
the Custodes back.
Let's have a look. So this is the guy in the top middle of your screen right now, in the middle of the board.
Oh,
That's us.
oh.
That was us. That is Mike Duff looking sexual. You sexual beast.
None of these angles are working very well for us right now. Let's go to the right camera again. There we go.
That is 9.
Barbed Hyperdrill down to 9. Shield Captain's going to fight next. I think the Barbed Hyperdrill hit in the middle of them and didn't manage to do a lot.
It doesn't seem to be doing the business in combat, this one.
He absolutely does not.
I don't think it's where it wants to be.
I mean, Custodes are hard to shift anyway, but I feel like he might be having a worse turn in combat than he would expect.
Yes.
2 wounds, 2 saves.
The thing is, it looks like the problem is...
Miss Accordia.
Miss a lot accordion. The problem is the Custodes are just queuing up to just delete one thing at a time, and that is what you need to do in the Crusher Stampede.
The problem is they keep going over the table one at a time and then getting killed. Yeah,
for sure. Feels like they didn't get to like crash as a wave and then be deleting things all in one turn. They ended up sort of like being picked off, didn't they? So
over 4 damage to the Hyperdrill. Hyperdrill.
It's just something or a Hyperdrill. Yes, Moon Tyranid. Hyperdrill. It's Hellstorm patented, by the way. So will Custodes win? 67% saying yes, 31% saying no. I think that's just people hating on Custodes, but it's interesting. Niall Jenkins going to member for 5 months. The Hyperdrill obviously hasn't been studying the blade enough.
It hasn't. Rubbish.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Niall. You are now... I'm adding your name as we speak to our draw to win yourself the Eldritch Omens box. If you want to be like Niall and you want to be an absolute legend, all you need to do, !win in chat to find out how. Basically, you need to super chat. Or you need to become a member. You can become Primaris. You can become Novitiate. Whatever you want. All these things will get you an entry into our draw. So thank you, you absolute legend, Niall Jenkins.
The Hyperdrill is fighting now. We're turning off rerolls on the Custodes. Who are the rerolls being turned off against?
I would imagine we're turning off rerolls on the bikes. Is that correct?
So it's got reroll hits
and reroll wounds from a psychic power, I believe. I think that went off from the Maleceptor before it got deleted.
It was supposed to be rerolling its hits and rerolling its damage, and Mike has used that stratagem to stop them from doing any rerolls.
Yes. So all that effort,
nasty stuff.
All that effort just destroyed in a stratagem. Crazy, right?
Ooh. You love to see it.
You do. Oregon, UK, just got home. What turn is it? It is turn 4. All right. So Mike went first with Custodes, and it is now Stuart's turn. Well, no, this is the end of Mike's turn 4, isn't it? 'Cause it's the combat for that.
It is.
So currently, Mike really in the ascendancy in the sense that he's deleted a lot of bugs. The Dimmacaron was gone by turn 2. A Scythed Hydrogel is gone. Maleceptor is gone. A Winged Hive Tyrant has gone. A lot of the big, powerful bugs in this list are now dead. So it's looking quite a good turn for Mike so far. But to see from his secondaries, bring it down points. They're basically a given in this game when you just, again, so many bugs. Managing to do well Stranglehold. He only dropped Stranglehold last turn, if I remember. And that's because he had to go and try and deal with a Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, he did. He just had to respond. I mean, it was the right thing to do for the longevity of the game. I mean, if you're not in the game at the end, you can't score any points. So it's better to sacrifice those points early on.
Yep.
I know I'm probably preaching to the choir at this point, but, you know.
No, you're 100% right there, man. Yeah.
Things.
Looks like rolling some saves on the...
saves now on the Hyperdrill.
Yeah.
Down to 2 wounds left, so it is just hanging in. There's some Misericordias.
There was like they were from a squad of 2 bikes.
1 wound left. The Misericordia there, just jabbing it in his eye as he rides past on his bike.
1 little wound. Look at him. He's limping around.
This is the dangerous time, as any Elden Ring player will tell you. The enemy's got no health, and you're rolling for your life.
So what is left? Is there anything left to fight? That's the question. Is he going to survive on 1 wound?
Oh.
Because if it is...
The Warden's left to fight?
But the Wardens are in on the other bug, aren't they? That's the problem. Because if there's one wound left, that means that he can heal some wounds back. He can then shoot into combat, or he can fall out, whatever he needs to do. It just means that Stuart then has use of him. So, interesting.
Just doing the points now. I believe that's all of the combat.
So, doing the points. Taking it up to 12 for Bring It Down. Because he deleted... What was he? He deleted... Was it the Maliceptor he got some extra points for? Anyways, definitely got 12 for Bring It Down. Question is, will he get Stranglehold? I don't know if he will. Will he? Yes. Yes, because he'll be on 3. Yeah, no, he won't, because he's not on more. So he won't get Stranglehold.
The Warriors have moved in. They get +1 to hit, because they've just moved into synaptic range of the big bugs.
So are we into
Stuart? Can respond.
So are we into Stuart's turn 4 now, guys? It looks like it. Stuart on 50 points. It should be easy enough for him to do Psychic Interrogation again. That's another 3 points, because there's plenty of characters left. Oh no, he's only got a Neurothrope left to do it with, though, I believe. So he will have to sacrifice his psychic powers. I think he's got Psychic Barrier or something like that. But he'll have to sacrifice some psychic powers basically to do Psychic Interrogation.
Neurothrope is gone.
Neurothrope is gone. So there is there no Psychers left on the board? I don't think there is there.
There are, yeah.
If he's gone, the Maliceptor's gone.
It's just the synaptic abilities that the Warriors
so
are going to get.
That means that Psychic
books.
Interrogation is capped out. Yeah? So we know he's going to get 6 for that. That's not good. He needed to do better than that. Engage, is he going to struggle with Engage? Probably. A few Warriors left and a few big bugs. And other than raising those banners on those 2 objectives...
Barb Hybridrill is shooting in combat because it's a big boy. 5s to hit because it's in his bottom bracket.
How many wounds? 3?
3 wounds. Looks like
2 saves? One gone through?
There.
Yeah. So
that's gonna hurt. It's not even a bike dead. It's just a bike on a few less wounds. Done 1 wound now, that Virtus Praetor.
Question is, what is the Barbed Hydrojewel? Is the Barbed Hydrojewel in combat with the Wardens? So I'm assuming he's going to try and shoot the Wardens in combat. That's what's happening now, I believe.
Yeah.
So
I believe so.
Those to hit, to wound, winning on 3s.
He's not in combat with the Wardens. No. It was the Warriors.
The Warriors.
Fallen out of combat, so he's a shooting camp.
Right, got you. That. So let's have a look at side view. Let's see what's happening down here. So these Warriors here. I believe there's one Warrior here. The Wardens are here, but they're gone now. So they were there, but they're gone. They've been killed by the looks of it. Yep. So he's already shot. We know he's shot. We know that these Warriors have shot, I believe, with their... Is it barbed cannons or whatever they are? Some cannons that they've got.
Doing exploding 6s, by the way, on the Barbed Hydrojewel.
Is it this guy now, I believe?
I believe so, yeah.
Rolling saves there for Mike, looking at that. Unless he's overwatching.
Okay, so the CP's been refunded just because Trajan's going to go first.
Of course, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, there it goes.
So I think...
Trajan killed him.
Nice.
Trajan's going to obviously move up now.
Consolidate out of there.
Looking more and more stark for the Tyranids with every turn.
Yeah. But the points aren't bad. So look, I mean, Stuart's on 50.
He's still scoring well, yeah.
I wonder just if it's going to fall off at the... As soon as we get into turn 5, I don't know if Stuart will really have a turn 5 because I think Mike will... Other than maybe a few Tyranid Warriors, I don't think Mike will leave much left on the table.
There is not a lot left going on.
No.
The Psychic Interrogation is locked out of now. It's going to be really hard to score Engage on all fronts. And I think he's already raised the banner, hasn't he, on that one in the back, so then Warrior's not really going to be able to do much. No,
but obviously, they'll still be scoring in banner points, thankfully, so scoring him 2 every turn, pretty much, I'm assuming. He'll get him some points at the end of the game if they can stay there with the banner as well. But
getting some data scry in the back as well, of course.
That's the tertiary Hellstorm copyright. Brand new missions for for Nakmunds. Basically means that every mission has a specific secondary which you have to take now, which adds onto your primary. We're calling it a tertiary. We think you should too.
Let's have a look.
So Mike's turn 5 now. Wow, rattling through that turn 4. I guess there wasn't too much that that Stuart could do. Dan saying exclamation mark win. Yes, Dan. Yes, that is how to find out about winning our Eldritch Omens box. You want some new Eldar goodness? You want some new Chaos goodness? Yes, they've not got 2 wins, but they still look sexy. All right, that is all you need to do. You need to either super chat, or you need to become a member here on YouTube. You can become a novitiate. You can become a primaris. Whatever you want, guys. We massively appreciate your support, because without you, we genuinely couldn't do this. We're giving up our weekends to bring you the best, hottest 40k content there is.
You can see there that Trajan's moved towards the Hydrudrule on the bottom. The Warriors have got the Shield Captain and the Virtus Praetors to deal with. And we've got some guys at the back who are just hiding in that building to make sure that they can carry on scoring up there. They're not going to fall prey to any silly Hyperdrule shooting, you know, just on the very off chance that that could happen.
Yep.
Now, I believe we're going to see these Dreadnoughts just sort of fanning out.
Yep. So I was just saying, top right, those bikes.
They're getting out of the way so they can't get shot by that.
Yeah, basically.
Hyperdrule.
Because Mike knows that I think he's pretty much got this game sewn up now.
Yeah.
So he's like, what's the point in...
Trying to reduce now, isn't he? He's trying to take...
I think he's a bit like, I don't need to kill that bug, really. I mean, I could try for the extra bring it down points, but I don't need to. And then at the top right, those bikes are going to try and shut down his home objective for data intercept as well. Yep. Deal with those Tyranid warriors who are also raising a banner. And it was just going to be... It's going to be game over for Stuart at that point if he manages it. Maybe doing some salvo launches right now by the looks of things. Yeah, that's a Tyranid warrior picked up. Here we go, yeah.
There we go.
Another Tyranid warrior gone. And I'm assuming he's probably just going to want to leave that one warrior.
These are the salvo launchers.
Right, okay.
Now, I believe Trajan's having a pop. Let's see if that left camera is going to give us a nice view. Kind of.
Kind of. We'll take a kind of. I like a kind of.
We'll take a kind of.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Oh, no! If you're watching, guys, and you're thinking, I want to chat to these boys, exclamation mark Discord in chat. Because also, if you win that Eldritch Omens box, the best way for us to get in contact with you so we can get your address, send it out to you. And also, if you join Discord, we're all going for beers and food tonight, which will probably mean that at about 11 or 12 o'clock, we'll have had a few too many beers and we'll be posting raucous photos in the chat. Probably of Mikey fast asleep on a bench somewhere in Holmfirth. We'll leave him. No, Billy. Billy's more likely to do that than Mikey, isn't he? So, exclamation mark Discord in chat for premium content goodness. It's free to join. Come and join us, all right? Link your YouTube accounts as well.
Oh, let's go to the fancy camera.
Ooh. So there's Trajan, and he's literally eyeing up
Trajan.
The barbed Hydrudrule. He's thinking, I'm going to go deal with him with my Watcher's Axe. My strength 10, -3, 3 damage.
Pretty nasty, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can just see those boys there at the top. All got into that warrior.
So,
dark days for the Tyranid hive mind.
Yes. The thing is that's blown my mind is Crush a Stampede, yeah? -1 damage, 5+ invulnerable. They've not really held out, have they? Oh, what's gone on? Tell me.
Trajan is charging into the Hydrudrule, but it has spent 1 command point to overwatch him.
Oh.
A lot of shots.
This is for honor rather than anything else, because I don't think it's going to change the game too much. So let's... Shall we go full dice? So those are lighter hits. The hits. Oh. What was that? Was that a... I think those were his adamantine mantle saves. So I think, has he taken 2 wounds? Maybe looking at that. Pretty sure somebody on the table will confirm that for us very soon.
No wounds taken.
No wounds taken. All right, fair enough.
Wounds.
Well, that was...
It looks like Trajan's in as well.
Oh, he's hitting already. He's hitting already. Are they wounds? Failed all of them. Every single one of them. Is that 10 damage? Because of the -1 damage? That 10 damage on that barbed Hydrudrule. Let's have a look at the side cam.
That was into the warriors.
Oh, that was... Oh, I got excited then. So now he's...
Into the Hydrudrule now?
Is it into the Hydrudrule now? Right, okay. Save? None saved. How many's that? So now is it 10?
It's like 6 to me. I think that will be 12 damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 damage down to 4 wounds.
Oh, my
Now
boy.
he's going to hit back.
Come on,
Obviously
Trajan.
in his lowest bracket now.
Ouch.
Everything
Okay.
has hit.
Trajan just did it
Trajan's going to do transhuman.
on himself. You will not kill me.
You know about how fancy my blood is.
I am the Emperor's personal choice. You will never kill me.
He's fighting again, is our Trajan.
He is, so he can do that once with Moment Shackle for free. It's part of his like data sheet, and I'll be with the damage he did on the first one.
Why would you not? Why would you not?
Yeah. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Saves coming in from Stuart any second, I believe.
I think it's gone.
Is it gone?
Oh no, it's still there. It's still
Oh,
there.
saves! I missed the saves! That was he explode, he doesn't. So that, my friends, I believe is about to be picked up. I'm waiting for an ominous claw hand to come and pick him up.
Oof. That was a handshake. Believe there's been a handshake. The game is over.
There
I think that
he
was
is.
it. That was it.
So,
We're going to get some final points now from the table. What a game.
oh, man, incredible. So
What
they're just
a
totting it
game.
up now. Obviously, that was Mike's turn 5.
Yep.
So he was basically, he's just gone and got himself some extra bring it down points because of the barbed hydrogel. So that's going to max bring it down eventually. I believe. Could be wrong, but we'll see. Yeah, max bring it down. 10 for Razor Banners. He got Stranglehold on the final turn
He did.
because he deleted some warriors from the top right with those bikes. Yeah. And then into Stuart. I believe Stuart is pretty much just going to try and play his final turn out to just get himself some points.
Yeah, he's just going to dump them on there.
To steal that, I believe.
Steal the objective. Get a bit more.
Yep. So, obviously, Stuart scores at the bottom of turn 5, so he can move, land on the objectives that he wants, and he's going to take that from Trajan without being heroically intervened, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I believe
plan
that's
there.
what that measuring was that was going on there.
And then he's not going to get any more for Psychic. He's definitely not going to get any more for Engage on all fronts. He's probably going to raise a banner there where he's pointing now. Or he won't be able to raise a banner at his home anymore, so maybe an extra point or 2 for raise the banners, because he'll score at the end of the game
You can see
for that.
them being added on there now.
So,
Hence.
I think they're just totting up. There we go. Handshake. 86-57, I believe, to Mike. Mike
Okay,
going
yeah,
3-0 on day
86-57.
1. That's pretty decent, that, isn't it? 3-0 with the Custodes. Great game from both lads, though. We're going to come back to our faces, Elliot. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hello, everyone.
Oh, no, we've got an intruder, an imposter.
Here he is.
That was fun. That was great. That was a great game.
Pretty insane game.
Yeah, I thought the Tyranids definitely had it in them, I think.
Yep.
I think, as you mentioned earlier, just like, it kind of just like drip fed them to the Custodes, which was not the best thing.
No. No.
Drip feed the Hive Tyrant in, that was sick. I love that. Yeah, like just being able to just like go, alright, I'm going to throw my entire army into this one big bug. Okay, it's dead. I'm going to throw my entire army into this one big bug. Okay, it's dead.
Yep.
I really like the fact that Mike sort of stuck his army together still, because then he sort of like could pounce on things as a whole. Like, when he pounced on the Hive Tyrant, or when he pounced on the Swarm Lord, and he was just picking one bug at a time and going, I'm going to invest and delete. And it was just really, like insane, wasn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah.
But, Mikey, did you enjoy being cameraman?
It was great. Yeah, get shouted out by you two. You know?
If you've enjoyed watching, all right, and you want me and Elliot to basically own the channel, let us know. We'll basically just disown Mikey of the channel.
We do own majority shares, so we could do it.
Yeah,
Board
absolutely.
meeting tonight.
That's it.
Board meeting in the hotel.
This is the last you'll see of Mikey.
Bye,
But
everyone.
yeah, well,
Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate it.
hey, you're not in charge anymore. I'll decide when we're saying goodbye to the chat. Chat. Hope you've enjoyed the game. Last chance to get in the draw right now. Exclamation mark win to win Eldritch Omens box. If you've enjoyed the coverage and you're thinking, do you know something? These lads.
Eldritch Omens.
Elliot Rich Romans.
Omens.
Oh right, Elliot Rich. Okay.
I'm not stupid, Tom. Just Elliot Dritch.
Quick chance to super chat a nice £2, or maybe become a member. We'll put your name in the draw. And we hope you've really enjoyed the coverage. Mike will go on now with 3 wins. Custodes.
Yeah, 3 wins, yeah.
Be really interesting to see the breakdown of which armies are still going to the final day with all wins. Maybe some Harlequins in there.
Yep.
Maybe some Custodes.
You'd
We know
imagine
there's some.
so.
Yeah. If you want some more Warhammer 40k in your life this weekend, which we'll be back on tomorrow about 10ish, maybe something like that. Half 9.
Half 9 tomorrow.
Set your
No rest
alarms.
for the wicked.
Yeah.
It is all the Custodes on 3 wins.
Maybe some more Custodes on table 5 at the end. We'll see. Just depends who's going to be on the top table, doesn't it? Oregon UK with a big super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate you. I'm going to enter you the draw, okay? To win the Eldritch Omens box. But, Elliot, have you enjoyed it?
I've absolutely loved it. What a game we've had.
Yeah,
I've
enjoyed commentating with you, mate. It's been good.
Very much. I've enjoyed it as well. And everyone else seems to have.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's it. We're the dream team now.
Certainly are.
Get up. Get gone.
Yeah. Okay. He's been Mikey. Goodbye, Mikey.
Bye.
Billy's over there somewhere.
I've been Hellstorm, Elliot.
Oh, Heaven Tsunami Battle Players. And I've been Hellstorm Tom. And I think we're going to say goodbye to you lot now. So thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to go get beer and food now. And we'll see you all very soon.
Have a wonderful time.
Say goodbye in a second.
Thanks for dropping by.
Keep saying goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.